Oh man, can't speak already. Raptor Will is already in here, and we got 3 thumbs up on the live stream. Always a good start when you come in and people are already there waiting for you. We are down here at the river in a Pennsylvania State Game Lands area. We're going to do a little bit of a campfire. I have a natural clay pot that I've been working on for a future video. We're going to see if we can fire that in the campfire. We're going to do a little bit of cooking and a little bit of chatting. Should be fun. Let's get started here. Let me get my tripod set up. Give me one moment. There we go. Tilt you guys down just like that. So we're gonna do that. So all the materials to start our fire are right here. We're gonna get this going, and yeah, once we've got this going, we're gonna put the pot in just kind of next to it, let it warm up a little bit, and then we're gonna put it inside the fire and see how that does. And I have some ham that I'm gonna heat up here by the fire and eat while I'm on live here with you guys. Carter Gaming, how you doing? All right, let me get my camera from the side here set up, because I am doing a video on this as well, so I gotta get my camera set up. Alrighty, see what's going on. Skeeter, how's it going? We're gonna get this fire going here, and yeah, once I get the fire going, I can chat with you guys a little bit more. I have a bundle of dead material here, and I have some smaller sticks that I'm gonna put in right off the bat. Hopefully we can get it going with this stuff. If not, we'll have to change our tactic. It's been really damp here over the last few days. We got a variety of different materials that we can use to get this going. I'm gonna use some fat wood. I have a piece of fat wood here, which is like wood filled with resin. It lights and burns for a while. I'm just gonna use a basic lighter, because that's usually a good option for getting the fire going. Got a cotton ball, we're gonna use that guy. And I have one of these fire cubes, which should give me a little extra time to get the fire going. We're gonna go the 3-way punch and see if we can get it going with that. There you go, had to show the camera. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, fluff out this cotton ball and put the fire cube on it. See if we can get that going. All right. There we go. Use one of these. We can just grab stuff from directly around it and feed it as we go. Might have to get the end of this in there. That'll probably be the first part to light. Come on. This wood is damp. This might not be the easiest task ever. Oh. Come on. Oh, we got a little something. There we go. The wood is burning. Speed that a little bit more. Come on. It's burning, but barely. Come on. All right. Attempt 1 didn't work so well. We're gonna try it again. It rained literally yesterday on all this wood, so it's very damp. All right, let's try this again. Get some of this stuff in there. The fat wood's burning still. All right. Chuck another piece of fat wood in there. If I can get the end with some good flame to it, I should be able to get it going. This piece might start going here. If I can get that piece going, we're in pretty good shape. Come on. I know I got some comments coming in that I haven't read yet. Come on. We're gonna get it going. We're gonna get there. I think we have some wood burning. I'm just gonna keep feeding it. This is tough to get going because it's very wet. Very wet wood. For just coming off a burn ban, this stuff's hard to get going. Go grab some more kindling. Sorry I'm not talking to you guys. I'm really trying to get this going here. Alright, I'm gonna put the pot in. Just gonna kind of drop it right in there. I just need to keep the fire going for long enough to let the wood kind of dry out and start lighting itself. I still can't tell if we're getting much fire on the wood. Come on. It's all so wet, super wet. It's burning out again. Man, this is tough, guys. Guys, we're losing it again. We're just making smoke. Oh boy. Everyone's in here. Oh boy. We gotta get this going again. It's really struggling. All right. All right. Lighter's not working right now. We got to go with some tried and true ferro rod. All right, here we go. Or we could do this. Have a different lighter. All right, there we go. Get it started again. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Come on. Alrighty, I have some ham and cheese and a little bit of butter in a packet of aluminum foil. I'm gonna toss that right next to this and let that heat up. Ooh. We've got an actual piece of wood on fire now. Oh, we're making progress, people. There you go. Here we go, guys. I only need to be able to keep the fire going for probably another 10-15 minutes, and then that pot should be ready. It'll either be ready or broken. So I'm kind of scared that those loud popping noises are pieces of the pot breaking off, like that one. But I'm not quite sure. We'll have to see. All right, let's see what's going on in chat. Alrighty. Yeah, we got the fire going. It took the better part of an eternity since all this wood is wet, but we've got it. No, we don't need the fire department. I put it on the rocks down by the river since rocks are quite difficult to light on fire. And because we're right by the river, that ace bucket that I've got will be dumped on top of the fire when we're done. I'm gonna bring you guys over here. That smoke from the fire is getting in my eyes. Oh man. Whew. There you go. A nice little spot. Reading some chats here. Yosh, how's it going, Yosh? I got the fire going. Took forever since all the wood's wet. Got some new names in here. Thank you guys for coming in. Weldon Carey is in. Weldon Carey does a lot of EDC and knife content, which you guys know I'm a big fan of. If there's smoke, you'll get fire. That's right, Ozarks. Eventually I got it. I'm probably gonna feed that here in another minute or so, and then keep that going for 10 minutes or so, then let it burn down. I've got my ham in there warming up, and I've got my pot underneath the fire, and if this works properly, we'll have a hardened fired pot. If it doesn't work, we'll have a pot with shards coming off of it, or just a pile of hardened clay. So we will see. We got the GoPro down there, right there, recording the fire as we go along. Total Tech. If you take through the fire starting straw, you'll get a good buzz. I'm not sure how I feel about that comment. Gonna get rid of that one. Anyfin's in, listening and driving. All right, we got to feed that fire. All right, here we go. Turn so you guys can see. Got it going a little bit more now. We just got to feed it every few minutes or so. So fires are like a lot of things. You got to put a lot of work into it to start. Like a business, that sort of thing's the same way. Once you get it going, you know, as you're getting it going, you have to feed it every couple seconds. Once you get it going, you got to feed it every couple minutes. And then once you got yourselves a roaring fire, then you only have to feed it once every hour or so. So it'll never turn into a roaring fire because I'm gonna have the fire stop here in a few minutes, but it's going pretty good still. Just throw some random debris in there. There you go. Still going. Curtis is in here. Where's Curtis? Dog and I outdoors. The pine needles go up quick. They do indeed, but if you look around me, here's where I'm at on the river. There's not a pine tree for like miles. I wish I had those. They've got some nice resin content and will definitely burn good, but I've got no pine trees. Carter says he got his presents all done for Christmas. You guys will actually see in a video, probably coming in January or February, all the presents I made for Christmas because I made them out of leather. And I'm going to do a learning curve video on leather making. So, yeah. Where did you get those big sticks from every second? There's a whole bunch of stuff. This is why I picked this spot up on this hill behind me. So I'm just using those to feed the fire as we go along. That's why I picked this area, especially when you've got wet wood. You need a whole bunch of stuff right by you to just keep feeding it and feeding it and feeding it. And this hill has tons of stuff that's available to use, and it's all dead, so I'm not hurting anything by taking it. Nario Gaming, how are you doing? I'll put you guys. Stu, Carter Gaming, was in my last live, and he had some issues with respectful comments there. So if he doesn't learn his lesson, feel free to put him in an extended timeout. He should know by now what the policy is. Don't block anyone, just extended timeout. That's always my policy. All right, let's get something else to put in here. We'll feed it 1 or 2 more times and then we'll let it burn down. That simple. Once you have a good base going, you can just chuck more stuff on there and it lights right up. Just like that. I'll grab one more batch and chuck it on. Go. I'm gonna pull my meal out of here. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Get that off the screen. I'm gonna use my, I forget what the technical term for this is, but I can blow on the fire from a further distance away and get some oxygen going in there, which is very important to keep a fire going. But I'm gonna use this to kind of fish my little ham and cheese meal out of there. Got our meal out of there. Is this a new fire? Yeah, the first one I did died out, but I got this one rolling now. Oh yeah. Look at that, people. some butter, some ham, and some cheese. Got a little bit of ash I need to take off the edge. That's no problem. People back in the day had the same problem, I'm sure. But let's see how this tastes. That's actually really good. Very warm. Almost too warm. But yeah, good stuff. I think I threw just some plain American cheese on there and some cold ham that we had in the fridge. Very good. I threw the butter in there just to make sure that it didn't get too dry, because that fire really sucks the moisture out of stuff. All right, I'm gonna go feed the fire 1 or 2 more times. All right, let's eat a little bit more of our little meal here. He's craving a s'more, says Carter Gaming. I understand that. I'm scared that that's just my pot shattering into little pieces. That popping. I know wood pops, but when you have something in there that you don't want to pop, you're scared, you know? That was a very cheesy bite. I haven't eaten anything since coming home from school, so this is very good. Can the next video be caming? I don't know what that is. Canoeing? Is that what you're trying to say? All right, let's feed it again. See how quick it starts back up once you got it rolling? It starts back up real quick. Gaming. Camping, gaming. His elf is being bad. Is that your elf on the shelf, Carter Gaming? Spare spacesuit. I'm in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania had a real big burn ban going on across several counties not too long ago, but it lifted about a week ago. So we're out here doing a campfire. I have a natural clay pottery piece in the fire trying to harden up. If it is successful, then I'll have that video out probably January. And yeah, I dug up the clay from the bottom of our lake in the Poconos and tossed it in the fire. And yeah, we're gonna see how it comes out at the end of this live stream. Rod Wilson, you're not invisible. I do see you. I'm sorry about that. That's my YouTube grandpa, as I so affectionately nicknamed him not too long ago. Rod was one of my first members right when I started up my membership tab. Unfortunately, I had to close that down. It should be back up in April. I'm not going to get into the logistics of it, but we had a whole debacle trying to set that up, and it was up for a brief bit, but then we had to take it down. So Rod was one of my OG members. Those 4 people who joined before I had to take it down will always be remembered. We had Creed, we had Stuart, we had Rod Wilson, and we had the Incredible Bulk. Those 4 people are my most OG of the OG members. What's the temperature? Right now it's only about 40 degrees, or I could say it's the high of 40. It's been real cold lately. We're heading up to my lake house this weekend, and it's supposed to be in the teens pretty much the entire weekend. So I'm in for some colder temperatures here soon. All right, I'm gonna feed the fire again. Let's see if we can get it going again. Actually, our fire is pretty low here now. I'm probably just gonna let it burn out at this point. Let that burn out, and we'll see what happened with our pot here. We've been live for 58 minutes. Too cold to camp in these conditions. Believe it or not, I'm looking to do a video, probably a short dedicated to cold weather camping here soon. So not too cold to camp. You just have to have the right gear. I'm going to test some cold weather camping gear. Our fire is still going the slightest bit. You can see a little bit, but I'm just going to let it burn down at this point. Finish off our little ham and cheese meal. Carter says I want food. I'm probably making you hungry eating my ham and cheese. Sorry about that. Our larger pieces of wood, as you can see, never really caught on fire. Our smaller pieces did. They've been turned to ash, but our larger pieces never got enough juice to get going. My next live event should be camping. I would love to do a camping live sometime. It'd be kind of a similar vibe to what I'm doing right now. But I actually have a few live events planned out already. My next live event will be either the day after or 2 days after Christmas. I'm going to be talking about some of the new gear I've got, some of my plans for the new year, and just kind of hanging out with you guys and chatting. And then after that, on New Year's Eve, I'm going to be part of the Anything is Possible Community Day. And I will be live on my channel at 12 fishing for native brook trout up in the Poconos. Should be fun. I've never camped below 43, but I'm working on it. Spare Spacesuit says, just got a 100% virgin wool blanket from Bear Bolt. I assume that's the brand. Yeah, wool blankets are probably one of the most versatile pieces of outdoor equipment out there. They can be used for so many things, especially when it comes to camping. They're heavy, but they are worth it. Our little meal here has definitely cooled off a lot. Beautiful, beautiful spot on the river, actually. Flip the camera around and show you guys. Take a look at this spot. Here's our fire before we get going with that. As you can see, all the smaller pieces of wood that we fed to our roaring flames here have been eaten up, but these two large pieces that I put in never really got going. I still have a couple embers down in there that are burning a little bit, but it's mostly done. In a couple minutes here, I'm going to fish my pot out, which is right there. You can barely see it under all the ash. I'm going to fish the pot out, take a look at that, see what is going on, and then dump some water on the fire and make sure everything's good to go. But I came out here to show you the river. Take a look at this area. Oh yeah, they got this cool little, like, it's almost like a log island out in the middle of the river. Goes down here, and there's like a little boat launch area way down there. There you go. Stuart says, I thought you were doing a catch and cook. Not quite. That would be fun to do a catch and cook with a little fire, but not today. Alrighty. Getting texts, getting calls in the middle of a live stream. I guess that's how it goes, though. Alright, I'll sit down next to the fire here, as it's still a little bit warm, and finish off my food, and then we'll get this all packed up and start heading out. It's gonna get dark here pretty soon. Carter Gaming, I'm going to respectfully ask that you keep the comments on topic and, you know, calm down on saying some random stuff, or else I'll have to put you in a timeout. It's something we talked about on the last live you were on, so you should know better by now, but I'm giving you a little bit of an extra chance before I take away your commenting privileges. I've got all this cheese melted to my foil that I want to eat, but it's just stuck in all the crevices. What's up with the rock wall? Oh yeah, I didn't even tell you about that. This used to be like some sort of retaining wall that has since started to crumble and fall down, and because this is a state game lanes area designed for hunting and fishing, nobody's came back here to fix it up. So, yeah. Yeah, I am in a active hunting zone, but all the hunters are that way. I went to the opposite way that all the hunters went. They are going away from the river to hunt for fowl, like birds, that sort of stuff. The deer season's over as of right now, so I wasn't too worried about it, because I know they're hunting for birds in the field, and I was going towards the river. So I went the opposite direction. I have my orange signaling blanket / space blanket over there that I tied to my bag to make sure I had some orange on as I came out here. But yeah, I wasn't too concerned about it. Got some people ripping around on quads over there. Nario, what are you talking about? Oh, what you would do is you'd bite the foil to get the cheese off? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Cheese is good, but it's not worth all that. Looks very old. The stonework is really good. Yeah, it is a very cool, scenic little rock wall. Did I make the campfire because it's cold? I did not. I made the campfire mainly to try and fire the pot, which we're going to pull out of the fire in just a moment. Yeah. Mostly to do that, and also to heat up some food here. Ozark's Great Adventure is here. You got here right after we finished up the fire. We let the fire burn down just a few minutes ago. I stopped feeding it. It never really got going to its fullest potential, but it was good enough. We let it burn down, and we're going to pull out the pot, which is right there, in a minute, and see how we did. I'm scared that there's some cracks in it, but you never know until you pull it out. Carter Gaming, I have to leave at 8:30 or 9 p.m. Well, don't worry. We're probably going to cut this live here in 15-20 minutes. Awesome spot for your video, historical and beautiful river view. Yeah, it's definitely a cool little zone. If there weren't hunters in here all the time, I'd definitely do some hiking around and just exploring, shooting the slingshot up in here. But given that there's hunters in here, you really have to have a kind of an idea of where you're going when you come in here and not just wander around. That's never a safe option. As I said earlier, you also have to make sure you've got your orange just to be safe, which I did. Ozarks is traveling to West Texas. Not a problem to, prioritize your travels over watching someone else's live. Not a problem at all. All right, let's pull out this pot and see how we did. I'll put the live camera up here. All right. There we go. Alrighty, we're gonna pull the pot out and see if it stayed in one piece during the firing process. Alright. It sounds like it successfully fired. It's supposed to sound like a piece of ceramic when you tap it, which it does. That's a good sign. Alright, let's pull this all the way out, let it cool off for a minute, and see what happens. It currently looks like it's intact. This is looking good so far. I don't see any cracks. I'm gonna dig all the ashes out. Yeah, I don't see any cracks. It's looking pretty good, guys. I imagine it's still very hot, which it is. Let's move it out of the way of the fire and get some water dumped on there just to make sure we're good. All right. Get some water. Well, that was a good sizzle. pot is still very hot. What I'm even going to do is I'm going to toss these logs that were in the fire into the river so that they can't relight in any way. Plus any debris that was in the fire that I can see into the river. The pot looks like it's in one piece, guys. This is very exciting. The pot looks like it's in one piece. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. I'm gonna dunk this in the river to try and get it to cool off all the way. I think this worked. The river's very cold. Very cold in the river. Very, very cold. It's got a lot of heat stored up internally. As soon as the outside feels cool, I take it out of the water, and within a couple seconds or so, it feels warm again. But I'll have to clean off some of the dark markings on the outside. Not all of it's going to go away, but let's tap on it with a rock. Hold on. I think it worked. It turned that nice red color that you're looking for. Guys, I think this worked. This is very exciting. Look at that. This came out of the bottom of a lake. And with some, a little bit of work and some fire, it's a pot. I'm unbelievably excited. Oh my goodness. No cracking that I can see really anywhere. It is quite hard. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. My hands are extremely dirty now. But we have a pot. Yeah, I think I'm going to be able to get this video, the entirety of it, out in January. There'll be clips from this little segment that I'm doing now mixed in. I'll be using the GoPro footage. I don't like to repeat footage, so I won't be using any of the clips from the live. It'll all be unique stuff from the GoPro footage, a different angle, if you will. But look at that. That's a functional pot from the bottom of a lake. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. We got to get the zone cleaned up, and we got to get going. The sun has set. It's that time of the year where it gets dark quick, so we got to get going. Alrighty, pot's cooled down. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm gonna toss this in my bag to keep it safe, and then I'll get this whole area cleaned up. All right, start tossing all my fire gear and stuff in this bucket. There's a chip bag here. We'll take that along, clean up the area, leave it better than when we found it. Pack up our chair. I didn't use it much because I was back and forth running to the fire. But I brought it along. Super easy to pack. I love this chair. They're like 20 bucks too. At some point I'm going to set up an Amazon affiliate store, and that will definitely be on it. Oh my goodness. Lake mud stinks. Wondering if any of that smell is still there on the pot. It is not at all. At least as far as I can tell. You know, I still got the aroma of smoke fresh in the nostrils, if you will, but yeah. Carter Gaming, watch yourself. Make sure you're making wise comments here. Sorry about the wobbles there. I was switching hands. Probably smells like smoke right now. That is indeed true. Ozarks was on it before I even answered the question. Ozark's Great Adventure says I need to make one. I would love to see someone else do this whole process. It was really, really fun. And I'm glad I did it. It was difficult to do. It took a lot of time and a lot of effort, but we got it done. I'm super excited about that, and I'll make sure to give you guys the entire rundown in that upcoming video. It should be super fun. Make it a challenge right now. What's that? For other people to make a pot? Sounds like a plan. Once I get that video out, I will challenge some other people to follow suit and see what they can do. All right, well, as you can probably tell, it's getting a little bit dim. The camera actually seems to be doing a pretty good job of picking up the light, but the sun has set. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that sunset. It was very pink. They've been very pink in my region lately. But yeah, sun has set. I gotta get myself home. Yeah, that's probably going to be about it for this live stream. I know I didn't chat with you guys a ton. I'm sorry about that, but you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed all the action. You got to see me running back and forth, getting that fire going, and hopefully you enjoyed the conversations we were able to have. I'm definitely going to have to come back here and do some other adventures. There's a lot of unique features to this area because of how kind of secluded it is. When I say secluded, it's kind of like a little wooded oasis in the middle of kind of an urban area. My grandparents live in a 55 and over community, and they've got a golf course next to them. You'd seem to think that it would be kind of a more urban area, and it is, but that's literally like 2 minutes from here. It's just a random plot of woods in the middle of suburbia. So I don't know. It's a very unique little zone. This section of the river is obviously really pretty. There's some hunting opportunities. So if I wanted to, get into some hunting stuff or learn how to do that, this is about 10-15 minutes from my house. So it is a super awesome place to do adventures. And I'll definitely be back here. Not sure for what, but I'll definitely be back here in the future. Ozarks is heading out. Thank you for watching despite your busy schedule. You're not missing much. I'm about to cut off the live here in a moment anyway. Can you make a home tour video? We will all love it. Well, first of all, it's my parents' house, so they'd have to approve it. And second of all, I think kind of like what we were saying about your comments, sticking to the topic is very important. And that's not super into, the outdoors and learning about the outdoors, which is what I typically like to stick to here on the channel. What I am planning on doing is doing some overviews of my fly tying setup here in the future. I know Stuart will really like that one. I have a very unique fly tying setup, and I'll run over that in a short at some point. I've got some other cool fly tying stuff in the future that I'm planning. So Carter Gaming says, sorry, that's my brother. Well, maybe you shouldn't give it to your brother if he's not going to be responsible with commenting. Just think about that, because you don't want to be punished for someone else's actions. I will help you out with fly tying. I know you will, Stuart, and I appreciate it. All right, well, now you can definitely tell it's getting a little bit dimmer. I want to get out of here before it gets super dark, and as I said earlier, this time of year it can go from looking like this to being dead black very, very quickly. So I'm going to cut the live stream. I thank you guys for sticking with me today. Hopefully you enjoyed watching my frantic fire making and enjoyed seeing, me do some cooking and making the pot. I really, really appreciated you guys coming in, and I will see you next time. I've got a couple shorts coming out here real soon, and I've got 2 more lives within the next 2 weeks or so. So we've got some cool content coming. Stay tuned till then. I'll see you guys later. Thanks, Ozarks. I will have a safe trip home. And of course, Stuart, I always love doing the lives. It's as much for me as it is for you guys. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thank you for coming in.